Here's your wrestling news for August 2nd, 2022. And we're kicking off today with SummerSlam. Not only did Becky Lynch come up short against Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair in the show's opener, but she also got injured along the way. We've previously reported that Lynch suffered a shoulder injury, and now we have an update on what the future holds for the man. Fightful reports that the injury happened after Belair hit the Glam Slam on Lynch. Afterward, Lynch would roll out of the ring to put her shoulder back into place. Lynch's injury has forced WWE to change their creative plans, as post-match, Lynch stood side by side with Belair against the returning Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. In an update, Fightful add that whatever plans WWE has for this program will have to be placed on hold for the time being, as WWE are well aware that Lynch won't be wrestling for some time. It's said that there is a 50-50 chance whether or not Lynch will have to have surgery, which would obviously extend her recovery time if she has to go under the knife. After being attacked on Raw by Bayley in a backstage segment, WWE reported that Lynch's shoulder injury had been exacerbated and that she will be out of action for several months. Losing Lynch so quickly after her face turn is bad news for WWE, but for the time being, the women's division will have to go on ahead without one of the promotion's biggest ever stars. Lynch wasn't the only woman who came up short at SummerSlam, as Ronda Rousey was unsuccessful in regaining the SmackDown Women's title from Liv Morgan. After the match, Rousey attacked an official, and WWE have now taken action against the baddest woman on the planet. As noted in a tweet and a statement, WWE has fined and suspended Rousey for her post-match attack, which came after Morgan tapped to the former UFC fighter's armbar, but the referee missed it. There's no word on when Rousey will be back on our screens, but this suspension is just the latest bit of bad luck for the baddest woman on the planet. After years at NXT, Tommaso Ciampa was called up to the main roster earlier this year and has worked as a cohort for The Miz since then. Ciampa's alliance with the A-lister was decided when Vince McMahon was running things, but with new management may come a new role for the former NXT champion. On Raw this week, 3 matches saw the next challenger for US champion Bobby Lashley to be decided, and after AJ Styles defeated The Miz and Mustafa Ali and Ciampa bested Chad Gable and Dolph Ziggler, the 2 winners faced off. It was thanks to an assist from The Miz that Ciampa got the win, earning a US title match with Lashley next week, but there may be much more in the pipeline. First, in a backstage promo, The Miz threw out a line about how Ciampa couldn't help him beat Logan Paul at SummerSlam, hinting that the duo's alliance may end soon. Secondly, it's been reported that Triple H has big plans to change the presentation of Ciampa on Raw, and we're not just talking about his look. Ideas being thrown around include for Ciampa to be put in more matches which showcase his ability, and for him to get his old NXT theme back. It should come as no surprise that Ciampa is set to do well under the Triple H era of creative, as he was one of the biggest stars in NXT when the game ran the show. Sure, Ciampa's unlikely to dethrone Lashley, but this is a huge first step for him on Raw, and we doubt it's the last time he'll be in the title hunt. This week's Raw also saw Edge make an appearance, cutting a promo in which he vowed to end the Judgment Day once and for all. After the Mysterios lost to the Usos in Raw's main event, the Judgment Day would assault the father-son duo before Edge made the save. Some quick thinking from Rhea Ripley led to Dominic getting pushed into the middle of the ring, eating a spear from Edge in a freak moment, and Raw ended with the Rated R Superstar running after Finn Balor, while Rey was concerned over his son. It looks like WWE is building towards a Rey Mysterio-Edge reunion at Clash of the Castle against Finn Balor and Damian Priest, reuniting the brief tag team of Rey and Edge that was around 20 years ago. Edge's return from retirement has been incredible to see, but it hasn't often lived up to expectations, as early on, age was showing, and even the Rated R Superstar would probably admit that he was a step slower than before. As he's gotten back into the groove though, Edge has looked much better, and it seems now he's had the chance to knock off those years of ring rust. Edge will likely be forced to form a faction of his own to dispatch of the Judgment Day, but after being attacked by the group just a few months ago, expect the Hall of Famer to be the ultimate victor in this rivalry. More from Raw now, as this week's show was the first Red brand solely under the watchful eye of Triple H, as last week's episode had been written in advance by Vince McMahon. The show was truly the start of a new era for Raw, as shown with the completely commercial-free first hour of the show. From 8 p.m. to 9:06 p.m., WWE didn't have a single commercial break, instead focusing on the segments of the show. Fans witnessed Becky Lynch's injury announcement and promo, Bianca Belair's reaction, Lynch be attacked backstage, a video clip from Logan Paul, a couple of backstage interviews, and Seth Rollins face Montez Ford. That was followed by a Roman Reigns-Brock Lesnar SummerSlam recap video and an Alexa Bliss vs. Asuka match, which was interrupted by Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, all before the first commercial aired. It's reported that the USA Network was open to the idea of a commercial-free first hour after the buzz coming out of SummerSlam and new creative direction in WWE. Prior to airing, it was noted that last night's Raw would be a statement show, and it's hard to argue that a statement isn't being made. This was certainly a strong start for the Red brand in the post-Vince McMahon era, and we'll just have to wait for more statements to be made in the coming weeks. In May, Sasha Banks and Naomi were suspended by WWE following their walkout during the May 16th Raw over creative differences with the main event. Since then, the pair have been stripped of the WWE Women's Tag titles, called Unprofessional live on TV, and removed from the company's internal roster, all signs of them leaving the promotion for good. Now though, that's seemingly all changed, as on Wrestling Observer Live, Brian Alvarez reported that the two are back with the company. He said, "I've been talking to one source who said that Sasha and Naomi have made a deal to return." The news of Banks and Naomi returning is huge, as very few people expected them to come back, and it may have only happened because of the changes behind the scenes. It was reported not too long ago that Banks and Naomi's main beef backstage was with Vince McMahon, but with the billionaire now retired, things appear to have settled between the two sides. These are truly unprecedented times for WWE, as it wouldn't be too long ago that their actions would have guaranteed a release from the company, but time will tell when the former Women's Tag Team Champions eventually make their return to TV. There's been a lot of buzz around Sasha Banks and Naomi possibly returning, and WWE themselves are also getting in on the action. Prior to Raw, WWE tweeted how SummerSlam was now in the rear view, which fans will recognize not only as the automobile term, but also the name of Naomi's finisher. Neither Banks nor Naomi appeared in person on last night's Raw, but there is a feeling among fans that they will be back soon. Compared to how things seemed just a week ago, this is a huge change of pace for WWE, Banks, and Naomi, as this is proving to be a new era for the company. And we're ending today with Theory, who didn't appear on last night's Monday Night Raw. WWE did not confirm why Theory was missing from the show, but there is a possible sad reason for his absence. In an Instagram post on Sunday, Theory shared the news of the death of his uncle and reflected on some of the memories they shared together. It's entirely possible that Theory missed Raw to mourn the loss of his uncle, though we should stress that nothing has been confirmed by WWE or Mr. Money in the Bank. No matter the reason, losing a relation must be difficult for Theory, and we wish him the best at this sad time. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.